Lesson number 4, Understanding Chord Charts. For lesson preparation, place your uke on the table in front of you or on your lap if there's no table available. You will not play during this lesson. Supplies needed. Each student needs one colored pencil, crayon, or marker, not black, ready for the end of this lesson. The teacher should have a class set of activity page chord review ready to hand out at the end of this lesson. So we're going to build a chord chart. This is very important for you to learn for playing any stringed instrument, not just the ukulele. So first we'll draw a string down each of the 4 strings. We'll draw a line across the top to represent the nut bar at the top, and then a line across each of the metal fret bars. If we take away the image, this is what a chord chart looks like, and this is what you would see if you were to look in a music book or on the internet. We're going to label this chord chart. All the space along here is called the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and that continues all the way down your ukulele. On most mid to high-end ukuleles, banjos, guitars, violins, and other stringed instruments, the 5th fret is marked by a white inlay, and that helps you to quickly be able to count where the 5th fret is. Don't worry if your ukulele doesn't have it, it's not on everyone. We're going to name the strings now. The first string is on the far right, which is closest to the floor when you're holding your ukulele against you. Then obviously followed by the 2nd string, 3rd string, and your 4th string is going to be closest to the ceiling. To label a red C chord, we're going to look for the red dot. Now, in regular music, they don't use any colors. It's just black circles. But we're using the color program so that you can learn how to play the ukulele very quickly. The colors will disappear once you've learned how to play it smoothly. So our red C chord is on the 3rd fret, 1st string. Right there, and the 3 represents finger number 3. To label a green F chord, we find the 2 green stickers. The first one is in the 1st fret, 2nd string, and your 2nd finger goes on 2nd fret, 4th string. Now, if we're going to label that on a plain chart without the ukulele behind us, without the use of stickers, you're going to put your 1st finger right here, 2nd finger right here. As I said earlier, the colors are only used for this unit. On the internet or anywhere else in music books, your chord chart would look like this, just black and white. Sometimes you have the finger numbers in there, sometimes you don't. So it's important for us to learn how to make chord charts. So we're going to do an activity page, but do not hand out the page to the students just yet. This is what your page will look like. You're going to use a colored marker, pencil, or pencil crayon, but nothing black. Here it says circle the 2nd fret. This is how you would draw it, but obviously that's the wrong answer, but now you know what we're expecting from you. Over here it says mark the 5th fret with a dot. So you just have to draw a small dot, and obviously that is not the 5th fret, but now you know what I mean. And finally, draw a line down the 1st string. Here's why you don't use just a plain pencil or something black. You want to be able to see where you've drawn your line. So it's time to hand out the activity page chord review. When finished, turn your paper over and try to draw a picture of a ukulele and decorate it with a fancy design. The answers are on the next slide. So it's time to take up the answers. Now, when you're correcting yourselves, you don't want to put any correct answers. You're just going to do checks and X. Your teacher wants to know where the class is succeeding and where the class is having difficulty. So just make sure you do checks and X. So this first one says circle the second fret. And you're going to put yourself a small check here or a small X right there, depending on how you do. Here is the second fret. So give yourself a check or an X. Circle the fourth fret. It's all the way down here. Give yourself a check or an X. Circle the first fret. Give yourself a check or an X. Circle the third fret. Check or X. Mark the fifth fret with a dot. It's right at the bottom. Give yourself a check or an X. Now to the bottom of the page. Draw a line down the first string. Remember, first string is closest to the floor when you're holding your ukulele. Draw a line down the third string. Draw a line down the second string. Draw a line down the fourth string. So that's the string closest to the ceiling when you're holding your ukulele. And once again, draw a line down the first string. Once you're done, count up how many numbers you got correct and put it up in the top right-hand corner. And then just wait for instructions from your teacher on how to hand in your pages.